Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. You get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come into the live chat, be sure to drop your crowns and your elephants and let me know where you're watching from. This is our weekly recap of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. And if you missed it, I was on Up and Adam's channel earlier today recapping 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way with him and Down with Jason. If you're not following either channel, you need to go follow them. I will be featured on both channels, but go check out our live earlier today. I have a headache from how much Adam drove that bus over me how many times. If you were there, you know what I mean. Calling me Rena, of all people. Anyways, guys, we are live to talk about 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. And as I said, the 90 Day Fiancé that we got and then the 90 Day Fiancé The Happily Ever After was crap. It was crap. It was crap. But finally, even in episode 3, I'm still engaged. I'm still enjoying 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. And if you follow me on my TikTok, what's going on TikTok, then you already seen my under a minute recap. Don't forget to follow me on my social media so you can get under 15-second hot topics, under a minute recaps, under a minute hot topics as well. Breaking news we had earlier today. I don't know if you know, just in case you haven't, and this is what you're missing out on in my other platforms, is that Norm Macdonald from Saturday Night Live and multiple movies has passed away at the young age, I think, of 61 years old. He had a 9-year battle with cancer. 9 years, and he kept it super, super private because he didn't want to be remembered for the struggle that he was going through with that. So shout out to him and his family, just in case you guys didn't know. So hate to start this out that way, but you know, I try follow me on my other social media so you guys are not missing out on any of that information. Let me just say shout out to my mods, shout out to Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, Kempire Daily channel, head on over to TheKempire.com and don't forget to join the Texan community. Texan community sends me tea. We have conversations. I send them tea, exclusive tea before I send it anywhere else. Join the Texan community. Let me post that information here. Or just simply go to TheKempire.com. So let's get into this recap of 90 Day Fiancé. I don't want to waste your time because we have a lot more. I have another video that I need to finish. Then I will be going live. We have an exclusive. Stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Double check your notifications are working. If you didn't get the notification, click off your notification bell and then click it back on. It's sort of like how we used to do with your Atari. I don't know. Atari? Really, Kempire? Atari's not from my age, though. I was probably more Sega Genesis. And if you know, you know. All right, guys. We already have almost 50 people in the room. Like the video if you haven't liked it already. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. And if you missed out on anything that we posted today alone, be sure to check that out. And shout out to someone that was in Adam's chat that said, I'm binging all of your videos. I was like, oh my God. Well, I was like, I wish you luck, girl. Because between Adam and myself and now Jace, that's a lot of videos. But God bless you. We appreciate your support. But woo. Dasha says, when Kempire started, it scared the hell out of me. I was in the kitchen and forgot that I was waiting in the room. I love that. Dasha, thank you so much for being here and for being a member of the channel. Okay, let's get into this recap, y'all, because I'm not going to waste time. I want to get into this recap. I won't be taking callers today just because I have so much stuff to do today. I will take callers after the exclusive, though, because I want to hear your thoughts on this exclusive. Okay, anyways, let's get into this. 90 Day Fiancé, Season 3, The Other Way. Okay, we can start with, Ellie and Victor. Ellie and Victor, just in case you guys, I know everyone's getting familiar with these new couples. Ellie and Victor. Ellie, if you've been watching my recaps of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Ellie has my heartstrings. She really does. She has my heartstrings. I think that her story is dynamic. They started off this season with her story. It was epic how they did it. The production, I'm sure there's different production companies that do these variations of 90 Day Fiancé, but I have to say I really love how they're telling the story, telling her story. Her story is very dynamic. It feels very real. Feels very real to me. And the whole situation with Victor first of all, okay, we know Victor cheated. Okay, we know Victor cheated, but remember, Victor in this episode was in a hurricane, Category 5 hurricane. Let me come back. It was a Category 5 hurricane. And every time I think of Victor in the sarong in the kitchen. But despite all of Ellie's, she's going through it. She's worried. She thinks he's died because she hears that 98% of the island has been destroyed, and probably all the money that she invested in their home together, all gone. Ellie, you're gonna have to come back and start flipping some pizzas. With that being said, she says she finally makes contact with him. She still had every intention to go to Colombia. I'm like, girl, how are you going to Colombia? They just went through a hurricane. There's nowhere for you to go. But, we've heard rumors on the street, not necessarily with her, but we've heard producers in the past, allegedly, really saying, come on, let's go. You remember Stephanie from 90 Day Fiancé. She made a lot of stunning allegations, and people slipped me some tea about that whole situation too. So it wouldn't surprise me if the producers are like, no, you should go. And look, we appreciate that. I don't think I would do it though. You just had a hurricane and I'm going there to go find you. I don't know if you're dead or alive. And then she eventually, of course, finds out that he's alive. So she's like, but she has no idea where he is. We find out that next week she makes contact with him. Thankfully, he's alive. He's well as you can be when you've lost pretty much everything in a hurricane. And from what we hear, Providencia doesn't get hurricanes like that, but of course, global warming. But that's all we got from Ellie this week, which I'm okay with. I don't want them to give us something that they don't have. I much rather they take their time with telling her story, because her story really, to me, we find out in this episode, she didn't just lose, her husband. She lost her husband. She lost her parents. So, she's dealing with a lot of loss. But I think she's still an interesting story. It's a sad story. And then it was a messy story because remember, he cheated on her. And then she was asking him, is the girl still on the island? My Lord, she had to be kicked off the island like he can't cheat with somebody else in Providencia? Let's be real, Ellie. Let's be real. Let me see what your comments are saying. Your comments always make me laugh. George says, I really like Ellie. Walker says she's going to have to start a food truck business. She knows business. She probably do really well in Providencia. Start her own little business down there. Frenchie says, does the hurricane make you cheat? Why are y'all so ridiculous? Yeah. Oh, how come my thing is not working? Hold on, y'all. It's not letting me. Oh, okay, there we go. Hold on. Platypus says she's so fragile. She really is. She's been through things, and we're slowly getting more and more about Ellie. But I'm not going to waste any more time on Ellie because she really wasn't the focus of this episode. If you guys are just joining us, we're recapping 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. So far, I'm loving it. And I think part of the reason why I love The Other Way, not only was it's being produced very well, and we have actually interesting storylines, even if some are a little pre-produced, but it's the travel aspect. We're in these other countries. We're seeing these Americans in these other countries and how they're acting in those types of environments. And we'll get to some of your favorites as well. So okay, let's go to Kenny and Armando, because I'm always shocked at how I feel about Kenny and Armando, because people would make fun of Kenny and Armando. They're the ones in the larger picture, if you didn't know. But I'm sure if you're here, you knew already who Kenny and Armando is. Kenny and Armando, they have a very sweet story. When we were first introduced to them, I was a little bored. At the beginning, I was interested. And then I saw the story of what happened to Armando's wife. I'm not going to retell it. He shared it on his social media. I'm hoping that they will share it on the show because I think that's important and dynamic to their story, especially when it comes to his daughter. But I think out of respect for his family, I don't think he will. And out of respect for his late wife's family, he probably won't. Courtney says, Kenny and Armando bored. Look, they were boring. They were interesting last season for a moment, and then it got boring very quickly. But here's the interesting part about Kenny and Armando this season. They're planning their wedding. Kenny's in Mexico. He doesn't know Spanish. And his daughter comes to visit him, and he reveals to his daughter what he has not said to Armando, that he is, he misses his family. He feels a little depressed. And that's real. And the big question everyone keeps asking, why didn't Armando come to the States? Maybe it's to still remain somewhat closer to his family, but be in a more comfortable area for Kenny. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe it's just harder to bring Armando over to the States. As you know, our immigration system can be tough, depending on the country. It's like that. Hold on. He didn't tell the full story. And this is how I know he didn't tell the full story, because he told the full story on Instagram. He told the full story on Instagram. He didn't tell the full story on the show. And I believe on Instagram, he said the reason why it was out of respect for the family. Courtney says Armando's scared with a daughter leaving. The money go further down. This is true. That's true too. That's another perspective. And that's why I love when you guys are part of this conversation. Danielle says, I'm so lost. I don't watch this show. And you don't have to. Just be a part of the conversation. Guys, if you just started watching, be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Don't forget, we have an exclusive coming up a little bit later on tonight. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're talking about 90 Day Fiancé the other way. Let's move on, because based on what you guys are saying, you're saying that these two are boring. Let's talk about another boring couple, because they, last season, they were interesting until they weren't. So far this season, I'm still invested. Poor Jenny. Jenny and Sumit. Okay, let's just in case you forgot, Jenny and Sumit. Let me bring them up again. Jenny and Sumit. These two. There's a huge age gap. He catfished her in the beginning. Remember Michael Johnson? I'm still trying to find Michael Johnson. That catfish photo that he sent. And they eventually got over that. He revealed who he really is. But then we find out he's married. We find out Sumit is married. Then he says, I'm going to marry you. She's been back multiple times. And now he's saying, I can't marry you because, my parents are, my parents will, I don't want to even say it, do harm to themselves if I was to marry you. The parents do not like Jenny. They don't like how old she is. I believe in their love, though. I believe in Jenny and Sumit's love. They've been together over 10 years, and they survived through a pandemic. Y'all know, y'all probably wanted to cut off family during the pandemic that you had to live with. You probably want to kick out young children that you like, damn, I can't even kick them out. During this pandemic, they survived through the pandemic, and their only issue is that Sumit will not marry her. That's their only issue. At one point, she thought that she might have to leave. He lost his passport. Everyone's wondering, why doesn't he just go get a new passport? First of all, we don't know how much it's going to cost in India. We don't know if those particular offices are open, because if it's a lockdown, what do you need a passport for? You can't go anywhere anyway. So those elements. He says that his ex-wife's family stole it. Stole his passport. I don't know. George says, "Oh, Kempire. Now, if we loved her, if he loved her, you're saying he would marry her even if it's in secret. And I feel like that might be their storyline for season 4. We got married, but don't tell my parents. And that would be we're giving them a storyline. We're giving them a storyline. Dasha says, Kempire, no, Jenny needs to leave. Everyone keeps saying that. Jenny probably does need to leave, but then here's perspective though. Jenny gave up everything. She has her daughter and her daughter-in-law, but what is she going back to? She's invested 10 years of her life for this man who overall, it seems like they have a very good relationship. Besides the lying and technically the cheating, because he was married. I mean, she was the other woman though. Or was she not the other woman? Because if they've been together 10 years, how long was he married for? The plot thickens. Courtney says, when Jenny's pocket empty, Submit is out. Off of that Social Security? I honestly believe her TLC check is bigger than the Social Security. Damn, Dasha. 10 wasted years. That sounds like that Mary J. Blige song. Not gonna cry. Besides the lying and the cheating. I mean, honestly, if it was me and I met Submit and he catfished me with the photo, even if I thought he was cute afterwards, and then the whole marriage thing, and then I'm begging you to marry me so I can stay in the country, it wouldn't be me. Okay, Jenny might be desperate. But I do think that they're in love. Okay, let's move on. This is not going to be a long review. Let's talk about these people. Evelyn and Corey, a quick recap on this. He loves her. She hates him. This episode, he tries to give her his sister's prom dress. She's like, it's dirty. I'm like, this is a pre-produced moment. Okay. She tells her sisters that a year ago, her and Corey, well, first of all, she told her sisters about this other woman, Jenny, and how that he had some sort of girlfriend. But I have to remind you guys, when Corey had this girl in Peru, they were broken up. She didn't want to be with him. So to me, that's not a big thing. That's not a big issue. I just don't understand why they're together, but now they're married. They've been married for a year. But I guess now they want to have an official wedding. But she reveals to the sister because no one in the family knows. I do feel like that whole wedding dress situation was a pre-produced moment. Corey's awkward. Corey, she doesn't like you. And I know you guys are probably watching these reviews and you're like, oh my God, they're so silly. You, of course, love me, right? You love me, right? Of course I do, Corey. She barely wants to put her arms around him. Oh, goodness. Let's move on because I'm not that interested in this couple. We didn't get a lot from Steven with a V and Alina. But what we did get, first of all, Steven is great for reality TV. He's just quirky. He's funny. I think we could watch him for a good 20 minutes with being entertained. I think we would be entertained watching him. But we find out that Alina she's not so innocent. And she's not so, well, I wouldn't say she's not so innocent, but she's not gullible. She calls her friend and she says, I want you to bamboozle the same way Erica Jane bamboozled us. TikTok, if you know, you know. Guys, follow me on TikTok. You might be missing out on stuff. At TheKempire for all of that. All of the socials. Okay. Matter of fact, let me post up my socials so you guys can see. Bamboozle. They want to bamboozle him. They want to trick him because Alina's insecure. She feels as if the situation there's just too many times that he's sort of blindsided her. The last thing that he blindsided her with before they even fly off to Turkey to be together, we're going to stay in separate rooms, or not even separate rooms, separate buildings. His room is at a hostel. Hers is an apartment. And he says, I'm just going to be too tempted. And everyone's speculating that maybe the people that Corey, because Corey is not a virgin, Alina is. Corey may have, who's Corey? Not Corey, Stephen with a V. I caught myself. Stephen may have been with maybe, we're not sure. We're not sure. We're going to wait for him to reveal his secret. We're going to wait for him to reveal his secret. Let me take a sip. Let me see what you guys are saying. George was saying, I want to ask a question about Erica Jane Litter. You want to ask me a question about Erica Jane Litter? Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. I will be live later again. This couple reminds me of Steven and Olga. I can't picture that couple. I can't picture that couple. All right. Let me, Steven. We shall see. We're going to be following this story. If you guys are just joining us, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're talking about 90 Day Fiancé the other way. Steven with the V. We didn't get much of him this episode, which I'm fine with. What we do know is that Alina is trying to set him up to see if he's going to bite the bait with her friend because she wants to know if he's cheating on her. Alina, he might be cheating on you, but this might not work. This might not work, but we shall see. We shall see. Gail says Stephen had a relationship with another lady. Well, I think he had. Look, he might be bisexual. We don't know. I'm waiting to see how this all plays out. And then once we know, then we can talk. Right now, we don't know what his secret is. We just know that he's not a virgin. We just don't know what his secret is. All right, let's move on. Okay. Let's go to this couple because if you watched the thumbnail, if you saw the thumbnail, then you know. Bini and Ari. They are in Ethiopia. If you've been watching this latest season of 90 Day Fiancé the other way, her ex, Leandro, is in town. Leandro's in town. And last week, she had this very emotional breakdown over how she treated Leandro. We found out that when she got pregnant and was with Bini, she was still married to Leandro. And they didn't really break up on bad terms, but they've had their on and off again situations. You know, if you've ever been in a long-term relationship, you have those situations. So according to her, she had gotten pregnant and she reached out to Leandro to be like, yeah, it's over. I don't feel like Ari really loves Bini. I think Ari may have been attracted to Bini. I don't feel chemistry between the two of them. I never have. You remember as soon as, last season, as soon as her mom left, she's like, I don't want to be alone with you. She completely turned. I didn't mind Ari that first season. And I was like, oh, okay. Until that moment, her mother got on the plane. They sat down and she was like, I don't want to be alone with you. What? I didn't understand. Platypus says, Leandro never said they didn't sleep together. Yeah, Platypus. Okay, let me read it. Let me calm down. I get excited. Leandro never said they didn't sleep together. He just said you don't need to worry about that. I caught that too. Because when they were wrestling, they were, I guess, working out, wrestling, Bini and Leandro, they go to the gym. So they stop, at one point, Bini has him in a, what do you call it, the headlock. I was like, oh my God, you trying to kill the boy? And they have a conversation, and Bini asks Leandro when they were together in New Jersey, did they sleep together? Did they have sex? And Leandro doesn't say no. At first, Leandro plays like he didn't understand him. Okay, maybe you didn't understand him, Leandro. And then when he asked him again, he's like, you don't have anything to worry about. That's not a no. It could have been, yeah, we did, but she told me after it, she's in love with you and she's going to marry you. It wasn't a no. And if it was a no, the editors edited it out, and I'm glad so we can speculate. Plasma says she's so immature. Miss B, did they get married? I saw a picture when I was looking for images for this where it looks like they had gotten married. I don't know. That hasn't been confirmed, but it looked like they had a traditional Ethiopian wedding. There wasn't anyone else in the photo, so I'm not sure. It could have just been from an event. Who knows? Juan and Don said, I'm just here to do my job. I don't watch this shit. Y'all are a mess. But I appreciate you all being here. We already have over 120 something people watching. Like the video if you haven't liked it already, because we're already 20. Oh my God. Sometimes I don't know how I'm able to talk about these people for so long. Okay. Let's get into this. I didn't even do a little dance at the beginning. It's all right. We'll do the little dance at the end. So Ari and Biniyam, I honestly believe that Ari still might be in love with Leandro, but Leandro has a girlfriend. Leandro has moved on with his life, but there was some little overlap of her relationship and marriage with Leandro when she got pregnant and hooked up with Binny. They decide to go out to dinner, and Binny invites his ex-girlfriend. Oh my, and she is gorgeous. We've met her before. She's also his dance partner. When she arrives, she's like, oh, Leandro's cute. Too bad Leandro has a girlfriend, but they would have been a cute couple. They look cute together. We find out, and here's another situation where, according to Binny's girlfriend, she felt like he cheated on her. But they were broken up too. He had met his first American girlfriend who turned wife and the mother of his other child, the one that left him and is now here in the States. So according to Binny's ex-girlfriend, she feels as if he cheated on her. But according to him, no, we weren't together anymore. Is that true, George? She is Escala's cousin. Don't tell me that. We'll have a little crossover. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Gail says Ari is still in love with Leandro. I agree. I at first I was like, no, they're just doing this for the show. But as things play out with this couple, I'm like, she might be still in love. But I'm here for the messiness. Let's have a battle of the exes. You want to bring your ex-husband to Ethiopia? I'm going to bring my ex-girlfriend to dinner with us. I'm here for the messiness. Thank you, Benny. We appreciate it. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help that Benny's ex-girlfriend is gorgeous. Gorgeous. They're actually a gorgeous couple. They actually look better together. But Benny says she's very jealous. She's very jealous, and that's why it didn't work out. Walker says he told Benny that she begged him to come over. Wait. Caleb says, let's have a battle of the exes on the booty bongos. If you watch the show, then you understand what the reference is. Gail says, seems fair to me. I mean, I don't blame you. You brought your whole ex from over the ocean to another continent to sleep under my roof. I'm okay with my partner being friends with an ex, but you don't need to be under my roof, and you don't need to be crying and professing your love and then jokingly saying this could have been your son. She's so messy, but I'm here for it. Oh, Alone says TLC needs better translation. There's so much lost in translation when Benny speaks. First of all, I love when Benny speaks in his language. But I'm so glad you bring this up, because I always wonder, because one of the things that, if you travel, you understand, especially if you have friends that speak multiple languages, and when they tried to explain the translation, I'm like, wow, it's so interesting to me that you said that. So wow, damn, 90 Day, y'all should be pros at this. You guys should be pros at this. I need you guys to do better. Okay. Okay. Who did we miss? One of the things that I pointed out when I was on Up and Adam earlier today, recapping 90 Day Fiancé, was that we don't have a lot of couples this season, but it's still better than the other seasons that had more couples. And here's the thing, and this is what I said about the Housewives, is that if you have interesting enough couples, and I do think these couples are interesting. Are they dynamic? Are they the best? No, but they're interesting. Even after 3 episodes, I'm still like, okay, I like the momentum. You just need interesting couples. You don't need a lot of couples. Let me just make sure I've gone over everyone. Yeah, I think I have. Yes. Look at us. Look at us. We did it. Look, we did it. I'm still rooting for Jenny and Submit. I do need Jenny to have another angry moment, because there's something very entertaining about Jenny when she gets angry. It's not good for her heart, though. Jenny, come on now. That's not good for your heart. That is not good for your heart. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm enjoying the season of 90 Day Fiancé the other way very much. Don't forget, I will be recapping the 90 Day Fiancé the other way every week on the channel. Also, I'll be dropping by Up and Adam's channel to recap it there. So make sure you subscribe there. Also, subscribe to Down with Jason as well. He's doing a lot of pop culture, royal news, all of that great stuff. His channel is Down with Jason. Be sure to check them out. Shout out to everyone that was a part of the conversation in the chat. We have over 100 something people watching. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. I'm going to end this live because I'm coming back. I'm coming back probably in a couple of hours. I have some exclusive information to share with you guys, and it's regarding Erika Girardi. All right, stay tuned. You'll see the thumbnail shortly. Oh, wait. Let me just see. Before we go, let me just answer some of the questions in the chat. George Wilson says, can I ask you a question? Yes, George. Ask the question now. Let me see. Wait, I just saw a question. Where did I lose the question? I just missed the question. Where did it go? Hold on, y'all. I literally lost the question. I don't know where it went. George says, no, wait. I'm here, George. But no, there's someone asked the question, and I missed it. Where did it go? I don't know why it didn't show up. I don't know. I thought I saw someone. Oh, Faith City says, Kempire, have you watched Bears All? I haven't watched the latest episode of 90 Day Bears All. That's exclusively on Discovery Plus. I'm going to watch that maybe after this live if I have time. I don't know if I'm going to have time to, because as I said before, we will be going live again. Let me see. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you kindly. Appreciate you. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Okay, let me just see. Where is your question, George? I'm still waiting your question. Can I go? I'm going to play some music, though. I'm going to play some music while we wait for George to get his question together. Guys, drop your elephants, drop your crowns in the chat. Like the video if you haven't liked it already. If you are part of the replay crew, let me know your thoughts on the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé and how you would rate it from 1 to 5. From 1 to 5, how would you rate the latest episode, 3rd episode? I'm still in. George says I'm old. George, you're not that old. George, the amount of time that you wait. Oh, here we go. Can victims of Tom Girardi sue the state of California since they covered up Tom's bad practices for decades? I mean, anyone can sue. I know Emily D. Baker talked about this question as well, and I can reiterate this question later on because I will be coming live a little bit later on. They can sue, but if they sue the bar, they're sort of suing, they're suing the people that license them to sue them. So it's very unlikely, and this is all according to Emily D. Baker when she answered this question. It's very unlikely. I think that they should, because I feel like they were grossly irresponsible on how they handled it. Years of complaints. Years. But we have to also remember that Tom Girardi had his pockets allegedly in politicians' pockets. So there's your answer. I love how you guys are giving me. I said from 1 to 5. You guys are giving me a pat from 1 to 10. I said 1 to 5, where 5 is the highest. I was changing it up on you guys if you were paying attention. Anyways, guys, as I said to you before, I'll be back later for some exclusive information. And of course, I have some more videos to make, including a recap of the VMAs and last night's Met Gala. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys later. Bum.